I am Dwayne Hamby with Pathos.com. How are you doing today?
Good,
Hi.
Dwayne.
Hi.
So good to talk to you. Big fans of both of yours. And when they told me there was a movie with both of you, I was on board already. But then the movie turns out to be so charming and lovely and feel good. So I'm just happy to talk to you about it today.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh, would one of you want to tell me what I know what draws me to the movie, but what drew you to the script? It's a feel good. It's kind of a little off the beaten path. But what was it that stood out to you the most?
Well, on the surface of it, it is an underdog movie, a very salt of the earth kind of couple who, um, had a long marriage and raised children, and they hit something that many of us only dream about, you know, winning the lottery. Well, he figured it out, and they go on this adventure. It was affirmational as far as staying connected with their spouse, and then from a personal experience, this was the first film I did after we got out of the 2020 lockdown with COVID, and I wanted to do something that actually created community, that people could feel like this is bringing people back together again. We're relating to each other once more. We're not as restrictive in our movements and things, and telling the story about a small town and their friends and themselves, and based on a true story. I read it and I put it aside. I go, that's really sweet. I like that. And I read something else and I go, you know what? I'm gonna take a look at this again. And I went back to it a couple times and I thought, well, there's the sign. If you keep going back
Right.
to it, it means that story resonated with you, and it did with me. So I thought, well, just do this. It's not going to shake the earth with the story. It's a beautiful, sweet story based on a true one.
Yeah. Annette, what we see in that movie is that Jerry seems pretty miserable when he doesn't feel like he has the purpose that maybe he once did. And so I felt like it was a happiness or satisfaction through fulfilling another purpose. Have you found that to be true in your own experiences? Did you notice that as well?
Yeah, I did, and I want to just echo what Bryan said. During COVID was when I read it, and it did. It made me feel good, and just the idea of being able to entertain people a little bit. Storytelling is somehow in our nature as people. We're hardwired for narrative. And a good story can really, I know for me, it can really lift my spirits. I loved that about this story, this Midwestern couple that had been married their whole lives. And in real life, they have a very, very good relationship. And that's kind of refreshing. I'm from the
Right.
Midwest, and my parents are from Iowa. So I felt like I understood these people. We got to go visit them. They're wonderful people. They didn't cheat. Jerry is just a math whiz and happened to find this flaw in the lottery, which they then shared with their kids and their friends, and didn't really change them or their lives. But they did have a good time with the process of buying zillions of tickets every three weeks, which is what they would do. I mean, by the end, Jerry told us that they were spending $500,000. They were standing at the machines and buying
Wow.
$500,000 worth of tickets because the return was so high. The more you bet, the more they bet, the more they made.
Hey, thank you guys so much. It's a pleasure to talk to you. Brian, my wife was in Albuquerque the other day and had to drive by Walter White's house,
Ah,
and
Oh,
a lady came out and chased her off. But she was like so fascinated. She's like, I got to find all these filming locations. But
yeah.
anyway, so we're big fans. Love you guys' movies and appreciate talking to you
Appreciate
today.
it. Thank you so much.
thank you.